You are watching the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. It is high noon on a Sunday in North Carolina, the third and final game of the Chapel Hill Super Regional. The Arizona Wildcats and UNC Tar Heels, the winner to Omaha and the College World Series. In game one on Friday, it was all North Carolina. 18 runs, a program record in the Supers on 17 hits, and it looked like it might be a diamond heel stomp to Omaha. But in game two, Arizona said not so fast. In a bear down, backs to the wall performance, they scored 10 times, 7 times with 2 outs to stay alive and advance to Sunday. And that shower felt pretty good. Our side of the bracket includes Coastal Carolina. The winner here meets Coastal in Omaha. The Chanticleers, the first team to punch their ticket to the World Series. We'll send a team here from Chapel Hill on to meet the Chants. Eric Freed, Jensen Lewis, great to have you with us here for this Game 3. And when you think about this matchup, it's in line with 2 other sites playing elimination games, 7 Super Regional games in all today, but these Game 3s mean so much more.
What a day yesterday, kind of that prize fight. Both teams hitting back and forth. The offense is coming up huge with 2 outs and some heroic bullpen performances. And oh, by the way, what do you get? 2 freshmen to decide a trip to Omaha today. 2
pretty good freshmen, though. Let's start with North Carolina. Ryan Lynch was a reliever all season until the postseason. Started in the ACC Tournament Championship game and again here in the Chapel Hill Regional.
And it's that nastiness, right, that I think Scott Forbes felt if he needed and was pushed to a day like today, that was the ace in the hole for him. We shall see where the command and, more importantly, the emotions are for a young kid in the biggest appearance of his collegiate career.
He was in an elimination game on Monday against Oklahoma on the mound. So North Carolina facing an elimination for a second time in this tournament. It was yesterday when Arizona faced elimination for the first time, and they handled it pretty well with that Wildcat pride.
And the end of the game, right? We talked about what bullpen resources would be expended. Tony Pluta, heroic yesterday, career high in innings, career high in pitches. But that man, Tommy Splain, along with the rest of the Arizona offense, runners in scoring position, 2 out RBIs. Boy, what a difference a day made. That's why they're here playing this afternoon.
And remember who their head coach is, Chip Hale, who won a national championship at Arizona as a player, trying to get the Wildcats back to Omaha for the first time as he's been the head coach at his alma mater. You mentioned a freshman on the hill. Smith Bailey gets the start for the Cats.
And they really love this kid's makeup, wise beyond his years, big, tall righty, the man they call Big Seeds. Well, could he plant them right here today as that growth continues in one of the biggest stages for this young man's career?
It's Arizona and North Carolina. The winner on to Omaha. Should be great here at Chapel Hill. Back with the first pitch next. The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallets? Arizona last won the national championship back in 2012. Their 4th title. This team is still pursuing a 5th national championship. North Carolina looking for their 1st national championship. That pursuit starts right here in this elimination game, and here is the lineup for Arizona. Adonis Guzman doing a great job behind the plate, catching, and also at the plate hitting as the first pitch thrown by Ryan Lynch misses for ball 1.
And again, it was that ACC tournament final against Clemson where that first collegiate start for the youngster, 4 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts, just 2 hits allowed.
Summerhill sends a fly ball to Kepley in center field. 1 away here in the first. So Ryan Lynch, 26 appearances. This is his 3rd start.
Again, 6'3", 235, plenty of physical tools here, and yep, right in the fire. Again, we mentioned that Clemson outing because it gave Scott Forbes and this staff the confidence to say, all right, if we get to a Game 3, he's our guy. And one of the keys for me today, maintain playing a boatload of movement on his fastball, and his breaking stuff some of the nastiest in the ACC.
Throws a 95-mile-per-hour fastball for strike 1 to Aaron Walton. Walton having an excellent NCAA tournament. Batting second here, was 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored yesterday. 1-1 to the junior center fielder. 478 in the NCAA tournament. You see what he's done in the Super, 4 for 9, raising his average to 325 on the season. 4 home runs total in the NCAA tournament. in on the hands. The only man on the right side of the infield was Stokely, who puts it away. And quickly, there are 2 down here in the first.
Something to watch here, and especially inning by inning, both head coaches will have heightened awareness of what their young starters' stuff looks like, and also the command and control. And Scott Forbes telling me before the game, he said, hey, all the confidence in the world in this young right-hander, and a big reason why the game plan played out the way that it did. Eric, Friday, Saturday, they wanted to save this big gun for a potential Sunday start.
Kept Lynch in their back pocket, knowing that there could be a moment here today. Meanwhile, getting loose for Arizona. Just a couple of last moments before freshman Smith Bailey will head to the mound. Fouled back by Mason White, 0-2 to the number 3 hitter for Arizona. Leading the team with 19 home runs and with 70 runs batted in. 2 for 8 in the Super. One and two.
After an 0 for 4 right in game 1, was critical in the middle of the lineup with a 2 for 4 performance yesterday. Found his way on base 3 times.
Hitting .375 in the NCAA tournament, battling against Lynch here with 2 down in the first. Beautiful day, 84 degrees, sunshine. There is the threats of some storminess later in the day. No, I'm here with, I have facts, my friend, facts. We're in North Carolina in June. It happens. Happened yesterday, thankfully, about an hour or so after the game ended, a storm moved through.
This is one of those situations, too, from a humidity standpoint for a pitcher, man. It won't take long for you to get loose and, more importantly, stay loose here in some of the biggest innings of the year.
Fly ball out of play. The heat has been part of the story here because we all know that Arizona plays in the heat out in Tucson, but it is, as the saying goes, a dry heat. The humidity has been a big factor here. We've seen some dehydration issues trying to stay ahead of it, and we'll see how it impacts the freshman when he's on the mound. And this is for a ball. I mean, the forecasted high today is 101 in Tucson, but it's a different heat. It's very humid here in Chapel Hill, and that's been something to keep tabs on. Swung on and missed. 1-2-3 inning for the freshman, Ryan Lynch. We'll see the freshman for Arizona, Smith Bailey, take the hill next. On Monday, elimination game, winner-take-all against Oklahoma. His team responded with an impressive 14-4 win, had 17 hits. We'll see what his lineup can do today against Arizona. And here is the order with Kepley, Vanderbrink, Stevenson, trying to set the table for Gallagher, who's been clearing the table during the NCAA tournament.
Finally came back to earth a little bit yesterday, 1 for 5. And when you think about what his production has been just overall, not only from the Chapel Hill Regional, but also into the Super Regional, a huge part of the middle of this order.
13 total runs batted in the NCAA tournament. As we get a look at Smith Bailey, his head coach said yesterday, Chip Hale, he's not a freshman anymore. He's a sophomore because he's pitched so much this year and in so many big moments for this Arizona team.
And this staff loves not only the poise as a freshman, but also his teammates absolutely believe in everything he can do. So be free and easy there, young pup. Just go out, have some fun, and stay the course. I mean, really, that's been the theme thus far in the first 2 games. Arizona has yet to really get any length whatsoever out of their 2 starting pitchers. You know, Owen Kramkowski goes an inning and a third on Friday. Raul Garazar only an inning yesterday. So you almost feel like it would be a win to get through the first time of the order here for Smith Bailey.
Good crowd filling in here, noon on a Sunday. And Circle of Life is Kane Kepley's walk-up music, and the Carolina fans are always ready to provide the tribute to their leadoff hitter every time he comes up. Ball 1 to Kepley, the junior center fielder. 7 hits in the NCAA tournament, hitting .280, now .291 for the season. There's a strike, and it's 1-1.
He has been the little engine that could for the top of this Carolina offense. How about for a .454 on base percentage, leading the team, and also reaching in 23 leadoff at bats coming into this postseason.
Fly ball hit to left. Little breeze blowing out towards the left field foul pole. That's where Breyfogle puts it away. Kepley is retired. One down here in the Carolina first.
Great to see two young freshmen get not only the vote of confidence from their respective head coaches, but it feels like guys that have grown up already a bit this year. You talk to both these staffs, and yes, while it's freshman next to their name, and it's certainly not what their expectation is.
Swing and a miss from Jackson Vanderbrake for strike one. Well, how important is it, especially for Arizona, when you think about their two starters so far? Kramkowski went an inning and a third, and Garazar went an inning yesterday. They just have not been getting any length from their starter so far in the Super Regional. So there's a lot of pressure on Smith Bailey to try to go deep here.
And it's ironic you say that, and for people that are just seeing Smith Bailey for the first time, that pink glove that he wears, as you get a look at Chip Hale taking it in, he wanted to kind of just be himself, and he knew that no one else would wear one, at least a pink glove. You'd think just, all right, who else is going to have this crazy idea to do it? So it just allows him mentally to be himself. That was a big, part of his mental makeup, and he has proven it on the field in earning this start as well.
Freshman from Peoria throws a ball. Now, you mentioned big seeds, and it's sewn onto his mitt there. Where does that come from, big seeds?
Always had a pocket full of seeds, apparently, when he played Little League. He was 7 or 8 years old, and all of a sudden, as we usually do through puberty, we hit a growth spurt. And so he shot up to where he is, 6'4" now, and his teammates just said, well, forget the regular seeds. We're just calling you big seeds
So he
now.
was originally seeds, and now he's up to big seeds.
Yep, he has graduated. And boy, big moments early for him in his winner-take-all start.
You get a win here today. We'll have to upgrade from big to something else. Vanderbrake strikes out. He has been tough to retire for these Arizona pitchers in this Super Regional. 7 walks so far, but Bailey gets him 2 down.
You love the execution right here, and already kind of an early window into how Guzman wants to sequence this top of the order. Very aggressive, both sides of the plate, and they will need it, especially to this part of the Carolina order.
Strikeout number 73 on the season and 78 innings of work for big seeds. And here is Luke Stevenson. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Stevenson's had some big moments, but overall it's been a struggle at the plate, hitting 160 in the NCAA tournament. 3 for 10, though, in this Super. He was 1 for 15 in the Chapel Hill Regional.
I'll tell you, Smith Bailey just looking like a grizzled veteran out there, just filling up the strike zone. Good life on the fastball and great location this far.
The 0-2. High fly ball to shallow right field. Summerhill coming on, calling for it. And he puts it away to retire the side. So both freshmen go 1, 2, 3 on the mound in the first, heading to the second here in Chapel Hill. (2-0) against Auburn. They stretch their winning streak to 23 games, and it's back to Omaha.
Tell you what, they won it all in 2016. They've got the horses for the courses here in Omaha, Arkansas. Boy, how about that atmosphere yesterday at Baum Walker? And yes, one of 3 winner-take-alls. We got one of them, Miami, Louisville, and Florida State evening their series up with Oregon State out west.
Ready for the top half of the second inning. Adonis Guzman set to face Ryan Lynch. Lynch threw 13 pitches in the first inning, 9 for strikes. To the right side, diving play by Stokely. Tosses to Lynch covering. Good play at first, 1 down.
Oh, someone who likes some good defense. Mr. Belichick couldn't get it up yesterday. Back for some more today. You tell Mr. Stokely to play out on the line of scrimmage after setting the edge right there. It's a fabulous job. Great job getting over, too. And again, for the pitcher, most importantly, get there to the bag, allow your first baseman an easy toss. Big first out of the second.
Here's Maddox Mikalakis, junior third baseman, 283 on the season. 5 home runs, 35 runs batted in, 5 for 20 in the NCAA tournament with a couple of home runs.
3 massive RBI yesterday.
Yes.
Led the Wildcats and in 2 of the biggest situations for them late in that ball game. His hits, part of the 2-out RBI onslaught that allowed the Wildcats to not only reclaim the lead, be able to extend it as well.
All 3 of his RBI, as you point out, came with 2 outs, and as we mentioned before, 7 of the 10 runs were scored with 2 outs, 6 RBI, and he also scored on a wild pitch. So Chip Hale's team did a great job of flushing what happened here Friday. He used that term over and over again. It's one we used during the game Friday when they were down 18-2 and ended up losing by that score. That's out of play.
What a difference a day made, right? Jake Knapp, who we even kind of highlighted, not his best stuff. You had 7-8 hits off the ACC Pitcher of the Year and just unable to come up with the big hits with runners in scoring position. But boy, did they capitalize on those spots in a big way yesterday.
Knapp, the win on Friday, pitched into the 8-7 innings, gave up those 9 hits, a couple of earned runs through 101 pitches. 2-2. 3-2 to Mikalakis.
That man does have his nails on today.
And that's baseball vernacular for he's wearing his cleats, which means he's ready to go if needed. All hands on deck is a phrase you'll hear time and again in these game 3s, and it fits. That's a blooper to right. Tyson Bass is under it, and he's got it for the out. Actually, pregame went down the dugout and talked to Jake, just thanked him because he joined us in game yesterday. Great kid to talk to. You know, he was down there and very, just a gentleman, just a great kid, and from Greensboro. And as he's walking away, you hear the clip clop, the familiar sound of and somebody in the dugout said he usually wears tennis shoes if he's not intending to pitch or available to pitch. So he had his, as you say, his nails on.
I would think too today, just knowing where both these respective pitching staffs are, it's just inning to inning for both these head coaches. They'll read and react, but good early returns for Scott Forbes on Ryan Lynch so far.
That's out of play, and it's 1-1 to Garen Caulfield, senior second baseman. 2 for 5 with a run scored yesterday. 262 on the season, 3 for 8 in the Super. One and 2 to Caulfield.
One of 6 Wildcats with a multi-hit effort yesterday. As you see Smith-Bailey just staying loose, keeping the mind at ease. Ryan Lynch showing no ill effect, just coming right after this Arizona lineup early.
This is heading down the line, hit well, and it is gone. On a 1-2 pitch with 2 outs, Arizona comes through with the game's first run. Caulfield's 8th of the season, 1-0 Wildcats.
A call on me, youngster. How about that one? Behind in the count and got too much of the plate, just dropped the hands and got the big part of the barrel. And 2-out magic yet again for the Wildcat offense. They get the first run of this ball game, 1-0.
For the 3rd consecutive game, Arizona has a 1-0 lead in the Super Regional. This time, Caulfield comes through with the home run, his 8th hit of the NCAA tournament. So add that to the 7 runs scored with 2 outs yesterday. There's a 2-out run here today in this game 3.
Yesterday, 7 for 15 with 2 outs. Those 6 big runs batted in today already. Caulfield solo homer. Arizona 21-9 after yesterday when they score first. A little different atmosphere today, knowing that both teams win or go home scenarios.
Fly ball to Kepley in center field, who calls for it, comes on a little bit, and puts it away for the out. But the Wildcats break through here in Game 3.
Well, you want to get the lead early, and Arizona keeping their hot-hitting ways going. How about down the line? And a solo bomb for Caulfield. Arizona out early, 1-0.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Drive up that's ready when you are. Just tap Target.
It's a rare thing when someone you've been with for so long finds a way to surprise you. It's like discovering E-Trade's easy-to-use platform now comes with the power of Morgan Stanley.
Mom can speak walrus?
We hope you enjoy your new vehicle, Brian.
I sure will, thank you.
Absolutely. We always go the extra mile for our customers.
Thanks for the new ride. When are you gonna get yours?
Garen Caulfield delivers for Arizona. The senior from Sacramento, 4-year fixture for this Arizona program, delivers a big shot against Ryan Lynch. And back to the mound is the freshman Smith Bailey. Threw 12 pitches in the first inning, 8 for strikes.
You get about a 4-pitch mix from the young right-hander, fastball, slider, curve, and change. Be anywhere in those low to mid-90s as well.
Line shot, but right at the shortstop. Mason White grabs the liner off the bat of Gavin Gallagher. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second.
And critical to Arizona's success yesterday was trying to keep the leadoff man off base, and already an opportunity to pitch longer than any Arizona starter here. Smith Bailey, 1 more out, and he'll have the most outs recorded by a starting pitcher for the Wildcats this Super Regional.
Kramkowski went an inning and a third, so he got 4 outs. Bailey's got 4 outs as he faces Stokely.
We'll see more of the slider and the changeup to left-handers. Stokely, a big game 1, a monster 3-run homer for him early in that ball game.
Stokely's been a very good run producer in the NCAA tournament, 9 RBI total. Jensen mentioned the home run in game 1. There's a strike, it's 3-1.
I'll tell you, that's going to be something to watch here, and seeing where that strike zone, especially the outside corners for both these young pitchers, as situations tighten, will they get those calls, and how will the pitch presentation be from their catchers?
Stokely does work the walk, so he's aboard with 1 down here in the second. I'll bring up Alex Madera, the shortstop. 8 for 24 in the NCAA tournament with 6 runs batted in. There has been excellent contact and production from the bottom half of this North Carolina lineup during the Supers and during the postseason. Ball 1.
Already you see a little bit of tightening here on both the inside and outside part of the plate. Something to monitor as we get deeper into this ball game for both pitching staffs.
Bailey losing command just a bit here, it would seem, in the second inning. 2-0.
Also something emotionally, right? You know, young kids, this is the biggest outing of their collegiate careers, maybe even of their lives. And both head coaches, you know, potentially a masterclass here in not only managing their respective pitching staffs, but also the right time to go out and just kind of slow things down for both of these youngsters.
Including starters, Bailey is the 11th pitcher used by Arizona. Obviously, they had to go to Tony Pluta early yesterday. He threw a career-high 52 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, and picked up the win against North Carolina. 2-1.
What a performance by him yesterday.
Ball 3 to Madera.
You kind of tell Smith Bailey almost trying to place that breaking ball instead of staying through the mechanics here. And now for North Carolina, you kind of sense a little bit of issue with the command. Need to exercise some patience.
Another check on Stokely. Carolina is an aggressive team when it comes to base stealing. 95 successful steals on the season. They are 14 of 15 in the NCAA tournament, led by Kepley. Back-to-back walks issued by the freshman, first and second with one down for North Carolina.
Now the man that had arguably the biggest blast for North Carolina yesterday strides to the plate, and a flair for the dramatic. How about Mr. Tyson Bass yesterday? Go ahead, 3-run homer. He knew it off the hanging breaking ball. And at that point, Eric, we kind of thought, is that the definitive blast that potentially sends Carolina back to Omaha? Another chance to drive in some critical runs in this one.
Part of a 4-run top of the 7th for North Carolina. They had the lead by 2, but then Arizona answered back in the bottom half of the 7th with 4 runs of their own. And now a conference on the mound as the pitching coach for Arizona, Kevin Vance, will go out and try to settle down his freshman starter.
Almost thinking, I wish that he would have gone out before this AB started, just to give not only the scouting report here, knowing what Bass did yesterday, but also just to give your young freshman an opportunity to collect his thoughts. And again, that heartbeat is racing for Smith Bailey, just knowing already with the lead a chance to try and get this double play.
Well, look how it's flipped here, Jensen. Remember, in the first inning, Smith Bailey threw 12 pitches, 8 for strikes. He's already thrown 12 pitches here in the second inning, just 3 for strikes.
And a great job by the Carolina offense, just kind of recognizing the command, leaving Smith Bailey for a little bit, not coming out of their approach whatsoever. And an opportunity to get the equalizer and potentially more.
Tyson Bass with 2 on. Jensen just told you about what he did with 2 on in the 7th yesterday. Lays off for ball 1. Ball 2, correction, 2-0.
It was not a fruitful opportunity. Runners in scoring position yesterday. Can that change early for Carolina?
It was in game 1. 3-0. Carolina was 392 with runners in scoring position in game 1. And now the pressure gets ramped up, and the crowd will try to fuel it a bit against Smith Bailey. Who throws a strike?
If you're Tyson Bass, then probably just focused on the fastball, adjust to the off speed here. One pitch, one spot to try and do damage.
Back-to-back strikes.
Smith Bailey digging deep. Love to see it from the youngster here. Come all the way back. Got to be your best pitch, most conviction.
Out of play. Bailey's last start was against Cal Poly, game 3 of the Eugene Regional. Went 6, gave up 4 hits, no runs on Sunday. Arizona fans holding their breath for the moment. Ground ball could be 2. They flip the second to 1. The turn to first. They get the ground ball. They get out of the inning with the 6-4-3 double play.
Wow. What a job by the freshman. 3-0 count. stays within himself, pours in 2 strikes, and then the pitcher's best friend, the tailor-made little 6, little 4, and 3, the twin killing. Arizona gets out of the threat.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
We hope you enjoy your new vehicle, Brian.
I sure will, thank you.
Absolutely. We always go the extra mile for our customers.
Dad, thanks for the new ride. When are you gonna get yours?
It's a rare thing when someone you've been with for so long finds a way to surprise you. It's like discovering E-Trade's easy-to-use platform now comes with the power of Morgan Stanley.
Mom can speak walrus?
Arizona Toy Story. They were scuffling. They had lost 5 of 6, and then they introduced toys pregame. TJ Adams, the one doing it. Didn't work out game 1. It worked out game 2. They went Superman, the Batman, and today, the great unveiling, they go radio-controlled truck, and the team went crazy today. That's the incentive for Arizona. Just trying to be kids again, and it has worked for them here during this postseason run.
And they are high above in those little stalls. Getting a bird's eye view of the action here at Bosch.
So they present those toys pregame as a little incentive, and you can see how everybody just goes crazy, and rightfully so. And then the presentation yesterday, Superman was presented yesterday to who else but Tony Pluta, the reliever who pitched like Superman, and Batman went to Brendan Summerhill for his performance yesterday. So the radio control truck, I mean, you talk about an elite prime ticket to try to play for here today.
Yeah, we talked to the man, Bruce Wayne, reincarnated as Tommy Splain as well after his big home run.
Splain with a swing and a miss. Strikeouts number 2 for Ryan Lynch, 1 down here in the 3rd.
Yeah, now if you're North Carolina, hey, you know, you take a little punch right there, unable to cash in with the runners in scoring position, but you got to score 1 to win anyway. And so if you're Ryan Lynch, just come right back up, pick up your mates, get yourself a quick 1, 2, 3 inning, and get back to the bat rack.
Easton Breifogel at the plate with 1 down. Sophomore left fielder, 247 on the season. 5 home runs, including 1 in the NCAA tournament. Down the count 0-2.
We appreciate from Ryan Lynch here, just filling up the strike zone, just continuing to attack. Trying to be economical with the pitch count here, just knowing as you get deeper into this game, these pitches, these outs become so precious.
Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 3rd for Lynch, 2 down.
Oh, you want a little nastiness? How about a little ridiculousness on the slider? This was, woo! Oh, man. Little corkscrew into the batter's box for Breifogel. And 2 quick outs for Ryan Lynch.
70 strikeouts now for Lynch on the season in 57 innings of work. Has had trouble with the bases on balls at time this season. 24 walks in those 54 innings of work. As a result, his whip is a 1.2.
Today, pretty on point with the heater for sure.
Got that great movement too at 94, 0-2.
Tony, that's the toughest thing for a hitter too. One of the themes was maintain plane, right? Be able to just allow yourself to let that fastball movement work to your advantage.
Little half swing. Stokely is there. He'll take it himself, but it's a 1-2-3 inning for Lynch on 10 pitches. We played 2.5 here at Chapel Hill. We'll talk with the Arizona head coach, Chip Hale, when we come back.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Arizona on top of North Carolina here in Chapel Hill, 1-0, trying to get back to the World Series for the first time since 2021. Chip Hale, the head coach, joins us right now. Before we talk about today, Chip, I just want to get a postscript on yesterday and what that game was like for you and this program facing elimination and to perform like your team did.
Yeah, I just think it showed the grit. I mean, this group is not going to be denied. They're going to give it everything they can, win or lose. And so we're just going to play a hard 9 innings and just concentrate pitch to pitch and do the best we can.
And Coach Smith Bailey, I know it says freshman next to his name, but my gosh, does this kid pitch well beyond his years. Perfect example, that last inning to get the inning double play. They call him Big Seeds, the boys growing up right in front of your eyes.
No doubt, no doubt.
That one's hit well to right down the line and a foul ball.
Thank God. I think 90% of the time I'm on this headset, there's a home run by the other team.
You know what, though?
It's an amazing,
the 10% though, like just play for that 10%, Chip, okay?
Yeah, that's it. Hey, we just flipped it right there.
There you go. Another thing from yesterday ties in today. Is everyone available? I mean, I see Tony Pluta throwing 52 pitches yesterday, but something tells me he put his spikes on for you here today.
Yeah, Kevin and John, they went with everybody, had them throw, see how they felt, and as we go on, they'll let me know. I'm sure Tony wants to pitch. We have to do what's best for his arm and his career. So if he has something in it, he'll probably be in there in the ninth.
Well, we wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
One final thing. I know this toy thing, I want to give you and your staff the credit for steering this team in the right direction. But at some point, these toys that your TJ Adams is presenting, there's got to be something quantifiable about that, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, every team, has their own identity. The bananas are still part of it. That was more last year, and now the toys have become a big part.
Okay. It's Christmas morning every day down that dugout.
That's great.
Hey, it worked out for you on this interview.
There you go. Thank you, guys.
All right, Chip, we appreciate it. Thank you. Close to a home run and ends up in a strikeout for Smith Bailey.
You just talk about the ability to adjust pitch to pitch, and showing not only that with pitch execution, and just being able to learn from it. You look at the down angle, and again, it's such a tall, lanky kid, and the release point, just releasing it so much closer to home. It kind of picks up that late life as it gets to the plate.
Strike one to Carter French. Longest start for a starter.
1 1/3.
Owen Kremkowski went 1 1/3, and Raul Garzar went 1.
Like I said, you get through the first 9 in the order, it's going to feel like you've thrown a complete game.
We talked about Tony Pluta yesterday and what he did. Ground ball foul. The back end of the bullpen with those 52 pitches. I think Casey Hintz is a guy who could get lost in the shuffle a little bit, but the season was on the line, and that second reliever used in the third pitcher of the day was outstanding for Arizona.
And ironically, we had Chip Hale there, and we wondered, did he wait a hitter too long?
Line drive to center, and it will drop down for a base hit. Carter French stays hot. 5 for 8 now in the Super Regional after going 4 for 5 yesterday. Number 9 hitter is aboard with one down.
And the man they call Doctor. A good Doctor in today, even on a Sunday, and for a guy that has stabilized not only the bottom of this lineup, but also the outfield for Scott Forbes, continues what has been a fabulous 3 to 4 weeks, dropping right in front of Walton. And now back to the top of the order for the Tar Heel offense.
Kane Kepley fly to left his first time. Kepley from Salisbury, North Carolina, played at Liberty the last 2 years, has been in the leadoff spot every game for the Tar Heels, takes a strike.
And we'll talk about his speed and how difficult it is to double up when he's at the plate. He extended an inning or two with his wheels yesterday.
Back up the middle, it's a base hit. Holding at second is French. Kepley has his 5th hit of the Super Regional. North Carolina 2 on with 1 down a run in the 3rd.
Well, sensational job of just trying to stay up the middle. Smith Bailey has thrown his fastball. It's been great, but that's off speed right there, and King Kepley gets a pitch middle away. And just a little return to sender right back up the middle, and here we are again, back-to-back innings. Runner in scoring position, less than 2 outs for Carolina.
Vanderbrink struck out his first time. Take strike 1.
Been remarkable, his eye at the plate. And we highlight the 7 walks throughout the first 2 games. But man, it just feels, for you Matrix fans out there, he just feels like Neo with the strike zone. He's just seeing everything in slow motion. Nothing really phases him whatsoever.
That'll be out of play, and it's 1-2 to Vanderbrink, co-captain for this team for a second year from Yakima, Washington. Had a big postseason home run against LSU last year in the regional round. Good in the ACC tournament. Championship for North Carolina, taking on the Big 12 tournament champions here in the Chapel Hill Regional. This is a line shot to left, and it is hit well, and it is gone! Vanderbrink, 3-run shot, Carolina on top.
Well, it was a bass bomb yesterday for a 3-pointer, and it's a breakneck ball that clears the left field fence with a vapor trail behind it. Another 3-run lead-changing homer for the Tar Heel offense. 3-1 North Carolina now in the bottom of the 3rd.
Number 8 on the season for Vanderbrink. 14th home run of the NCAA tournament for North Carolina and 7th in this Super. 346-foot line shot. And it's 3-1. Stevenson fouls it off for strike 1.
On the screws. My goodness, loud noise is incoming into left field. But he knew it too.
Running hard until he was sure, because that thing was hit so hard you wondered if it was just going to kind of dip down before it got to the fence, but nope. It carried. Stevenson into the shift. Caulfield out in right field. On displaying. 2 down.
Well, yet again, the veteran nature of this Carolina attack has come through with flying colors. It was a senior Bass yesterday with a big blast. It's Vanderbrink today. And that man got to be happy, Scott Forbes, about the resiliency of his offense. Early opportunity, they couldn't cash in the second inning. They make good on it here in the third.
Talked about the 7 home runs. 5 of the home runs have come with 2 on. That's a high fly ball, shallow left field. Shortstop moves out. Mason White calls for it, and he's got it. And that will retire the side, but not before North Carolina gets on the board and takes the lead.
The end of break. Come on down. Reservations for 3, and the Carolina faithful loving what they are seeing. We're through 3. A ticket to Omaha on the line. UNC up by 2.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Businesses are the backbone of our communities. And Bank of America is the best bank for small and medium-sized businesses. With over 3,700 dedicated business specialists across the nation, we're on your corner and in your corner. Because when businesses prosper, communities thrive. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Scott, just back to the end of yesterday's game and maybe the message to the team. What do you tell the team when you're heading into an elimination game? It's something you're familiar with. Obviously, you just did it on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I just told them this is what you want. This is why you came to University of North Carolina, August 19th, our first team meeting. If I'd have said, hey, we got a chance. Game 3 in a super regional at home, what would you say? And they all said we freaking want to play in it. So that's what I told them.
Yeah, and Scott, you go back to 2013, the last time you guys have had to get into the winner-take-all scenario in the super regional here at the Bosch. And boy, what a trump card you had left there with Ryan Lynch. I know I asked you pregame just kind of where you felt as a staff. What have you liked from your starter thus far? And then who else is ready to go for you?
Yeah, we've got the whole stable ready. Obviously, a lot of guys threw early and told me how they felt. Everybody's available, honestly, but 2 really good freshmen out there right now. And that's just so good to see in college baseball.
Yeah, I saw Jake Knapp walking around in cleats. There's your game 1 starter. I guess you have a team.
This ball, Stoke.
Yeah, he got it. He gets everything over there.
Yeah, Jake's got cleats on today, man. I owe it to that dude to do what he wants to do, but we'll monitor it and go pitch to pitch. But how about this crowd? So thankful for that, too, here at our stadium.
They've been into it. Weather's cooperating, and we appreciate the hospitality during these 3 games from you, your staff, and everybody here at Carolina.
Yeah, so thankful and blessed just to be a part of it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Scott Forbes trying to get his team back to Omaha for a 2nd consecutive year. Bolton retired, and here is Mason White.
Well, big shutdown inning now. Ryan Lynch, here you go. Multi-run lead. First priority, get that leadoff man retired.
White slams his bat down in frustration, although he may reach base because there's a little delay, but getting there in time as Carter French had left. 2 down.
Yeah, he did not see that right off the bat. The guy who has seen
Bill Belichick is signing baseballs instead of footballs.
Yes.
Does he write down all the Super Bowl championship years?
I think that's a play call.
Right there. No, you would not. He would not be writing down a play call.
Oh, he'd
full sight of. Yeah.
It would be a deke. He'd be like, all right, here you go.
I'm a New England guy. Where's the hoodie? Come on, Bill.
Not in this heat.
I don't know. Usually goes sleeveless in this heat. Sleeveless hoodie.
You know what he probably wrote on there? We're on to TCU.
He was here yesterday, as Jensen mentioned. Got a front row seat to watch the baseball team at his new employer in North Carolina playing here in the Super Regional.
Pretty unique location, right, for our stadium here. For people that haven't been down, we get the practice facility, the indoor-outdoor spot
for football right behind us. Yeah, home plate.
Very cozy down here. I saw some social media saying the Bosch, the Augusta National of college baseball.
1-2 to count to Guzman, who was robbed of a hit by Stokely his first time. Not back-to-back and belly-to-belly on top of the Karen Shelton Stadium stands, but it is not quite 1 o'clock on a Sunday, so that would be the late arriving crowd out there on those bleachers out there. You know what I mean.
North Carolina faithful headed to church to say a few
Arizona fans checking out the scene from the top of the bleachers out there beyond right field. 2-2 to Guzman.
Tell you what, this kid, Adonis Guzman, has had himself a heck of a Super Regional, not only at the plate, behind the dish as well. What a great player. Junior that has really been such a leader for this club. His at-bats have been phenomenal.
5 for 7 in the Super Regional. And he has another good at-bat going here. 3-2 now the count.
Tick up on behind 0-2. Gonna take a tick up there in adrenaline from Ryan Lynch. 96 on the heater.
This is the mark. 2-out walk to Guzman. Keep in mind, this is when Arizona has done its best work with nothing really happening in 2 outs. Chip Hale talked a little bit about that yesterday after the game. It's like sometimes with pitchers and teams, and he said not just college baseball, but Major League Baseball, you get 2 outs, things are flowing, and then all of a sudden it just takes a little thing, and then you start to press a little bit. So let's see how Lynch handles it after giving up a walk for right now, a little thing, but it extends the inning. Inning should end here. Bass will give way to the center fielder, Kepley. And that's it for Mikalakis and Arizona here in the top half of the 4th inning. 3-1 North Carolina here at Chapel Hill.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
Your brain with Allegra versus some allergy medications during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy. But Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this.
Woo! We're nailing it.
Yeah, come on. Like a boss. Right on time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference, so you can use it even when you're driving. It's a no-brainer.
Discover confidence, comfort, and class in your new vehicle from Woodhouse Buick. View our inventory and offers in-store or online at WoodhouseBuickGMC.com. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Trying to get back to Omaha and the Men's College World Series. They've been there 12 times prior. They have yet to win a national championship. Florida State still alive. Arkansas still alive. We talked about the game 3s where both teams are facing elimination. There are other elimination games, of course, as West Virginia is facing elimination. Murray State's facing elimination. Tennessee and Arkansas facing elimination. However, they have Liam Doyle going here tonight. Ooh, that's the view, by the way, from Shelton Stadium. Yes. Nice work by our crew just to give you that perspective. I like it. Stokely down the line, getting down in a hurry, but foul. Liam Doyle pitching in Fayetteville today. How would you describe that atmosphere and what he try to do to kind of light the fire?
Into a hornet's nest. And if there is anyone that believes that he is immune to anything around him, it is Mr. Doyle, to say the least.
Tennessee's season on the line. He'll be scheduled to be on the mound. That's 3 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN. After Arkansas won 4-3 yesterday in an electric atmosphere down at Fayetteville. 0-2 to Stokely. Ground ball foul. Louisville, Miami, much like the situation we have here today. Florida State, Oregon State as well. Game 3s. Louisville, Miami playing up the road, and Durham playing in Louisville rather. Duke and Murray State playing up the road at Duke after Duke won game 1. Oregon State, Florida State tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, ESPN2. Seminoles got the win yesterday, 3-1. Stokely down on strikes. One away.
And Smith Bailey again really has done a great job of being able to change eye level with the fastball. And this one just upstairs. Stokely comes out of his approach, chases high. Still remarkable poise. You give up the 3-run home run, you always want to see how your young pups react. And you know, for a kid that they call big seeds, already a foundation for him to build off of.
Fouled off by Madera, who walked his first time.
I was thinking of a comp for him just because of how long his levers are, just the arm side and his throwing arm. It gives me some Charlie Nagy vibes.
Popped up, foul ground. Will reach the stands. Well, since giving up that home run to Vandenbrink, 9 pitches, all for strikes from Smith Bailey. A couple have been out of the zone, but fouled off by North Carolina, as you just mentioned. Stokely chasing. Another strike thrown. This is fouled off.
All right. Pups are out.
Camera shy, apparently.
Get him a treat. It's a good old boy right there.
This is for a ball, 1-2.
And you still like the setup. I really appreciate the sequencing right now that Guzman and Smith Bailey have been going after these Carolina hitters with.
2-2.
Madera, another senior in this lineup, 4 of them in the starting lineup. That just continues to show you the veteran nature and the ability to stay within what he's trying to do.
Line shot, base hit. Madera with his 4th hit of the Super Regional, 9th hit of the NCAA tournament. He's aboard with 1 down here in the 4th.
Just a simple swing, kept everything short, stayed on it a long time, and executes. Just a blistering single right up the middle. That is beautiful mechanics. And even with the shift, plenty of exit velo to get that one into center field.
Check on the runner, Madera.
It'll be pitch number 60 here for Smith Bailey, and to this point, Eric, I think if you're Chip Hale, you have to be just elated with how he's handled the moment. He's gotten back up off the mat after the 3-run home run. He's gotten back into the strike zone, and most importantly, he's provided you length thus far, which you have not had in the previous 2 games.
Swing and a miss by Bass for strike 1. Carolina was threatening in the 2nd inning. 1st and 2nd, Bass was at the plate, and Bailey got the ground ball. White, Caulfield, and Splain, 6-4-3 double play, ended the inning and the threat. Fly ball to right. Summerhill now drifting to his left. 2 down here in the 4th inning. The NCAA Men's College World Series in Omaha begins Friday, the 46th consecutive year on ESPN. The finals begin June 21st. For more information, go to ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships.
Could be an ACC party out there if things break their way. Carolina able to find a way to win this one. Florida State, winner-take-all game later tonight. And of course, the winner of Miami and Louisville will head to Omaha.
Check on Madera. He is a threat to run. 13 of 14 this season. Steals in the NCAA tournament for North Carolina, just 1 for Arizona in 2 attempts. Giving an idea of contrasting styles for these teams.
Yeah, interesting too, because Smith Bailey actually a pretty good time to home plate here, and knowing that you have Guzman with the bazooka behind home plate. If you're Carolina, you're going to be very, very particular when you want to go, especially with 2 outs.
One to one. Bailey is concerned with Madera at first. Arizona scored in the 2nd. Carolina answered back with a 3-run home run from Vanderbrake in the 3rd. Out of play.
And finding ways to try and keep Carolina off balance. Smith Bailey has been pretty solid to this point. Angelo, though, again, we know the quick strike ability. One mistake and he can put it over the wall.
1-2 the count now to Angelo. 3 of the 4 hits for North Carolina have come on 2-strike counts.
Leave it a little dangerously right there. Save Angelo. You talk about the way that he started coming into this tournament. It was about a 218 average, and then all of a sudden has just caught real fire here, and that has provided such a boost to the bottom of this Carolina lineup.
Line to right. Summerhill has a beat on it, and he puts it away to retire the side. We've played 4 here in Chapel Hill. Winner take all. Spot in Omaha on the line.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Businesses are the backbone of our communities. And Bank of America is the best bank for small and medium-sized businesses. With over 3,700 dedicated business specialists across the nation, we're on your corner and in your corner. Because when businesses prosper, communities thrive. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Been phenomenal for Florida State. The psycho, as Tony Vitello calls his ace, Liam Doyle, will try and stave off elimination for the Vols. And Bahimo Aloy, the SEC Player of the Year, calling the Hogs in Fayetteville. Dave Van Horn's crew looking to punch their ticket to Omaha. Boy, see the atmosphere there last night. That was fun to come back from our game and be able to see that one. Great job by our crew, Tom Hart, KP, Berkey out there. Don't think for a second that Liam Doyle didn't have that image of the Hogs celebrating after the final out imprinted in his mind as he went to bed and waking up today.
Doyle just averaging, what, 15.5 strikeouts per 9 innings on the season. First pitch, ground ball to Shorts. One pitch, one away as Caulfield is retired here in the 5th.
All right, so you get to this point in the game, and if you're both head coaches, you've taken a look at your respective starters, well within what you'd hope for from a pitch count standpoint. And Ryan Lynch forcing some weak contact in the first 3 pitches of ABs. Exactly what Scott Forbes needed. He needed length. He needed efficiency. He has gotten that from his freshman starter thus far.
Lynch gave up the home run to Caulfield for the Arizona run. When you think about his 2 starts, his first career start was against Clemson. ACC Tournament Championship game. He went 4 innings in that game, gave up a couple of hits, no runs, couple of walks, 7 strikeouts, but threw 83 pitches in those 4 innings. You see he's working into the 5th now. Start number 2, season on the line. Oklahoma here Monday night in the game 7. 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 82 pitches. So you can get an idea how efficient he has been here today with those 52 pitches thrown. This is hit well into the gap, but moving over, making the dive, unable to get it, is Tyson Bass. Backed up nicely by Kepley. The throw is cut off, and sliding in safely with a 1-out double is Andrew Kane here in the 5th.
Oh, man. This would have been an easy top 10 SportsCenter nominee. What a sellout effort here in the best possible way from Tyson Bass. I mean, nearly coming up with this. I mean, look how far he's got to go. The fact he even gets into it is amazing, and just right off the end of the glove. And they still had a chance to get Kane at second of the relay if they may have let that one go through. But life for Arizona now with the tying run at the plate.
Tommy Splain at the plate. Swing and a miss. We talked to Chip Hale this week about the lineup construction for this Arizona team. He just loves Splain down there because he's been such a clutch performer. And think about how good he's been in that 8th spot in the NCAA tournament. 526 entering play here today. 10 for 19 before the strikeout in the 3rd. Line shot foul. He's down the count 0-2.
Much in the same way that this Arizona staff talked about the poise of the young freshman and Smith Bailey, the same was said about this man at the plate, Tommy Splain. Just, you'll never know if he's punched out 3 times or if he's got 3 hits. He's the same dude every single day.
1-2.
And what a bomb that he hit yesterday, right? You want to talk about a huge answer, a way to pick up your ball club and infuse massive momentum. That one of 3 he's had in his last 17 ABs.
7-game hitting streak for Splain. Down to the count 1-2. Strikes out for a 2nd time against Lynch. 2 down.
Well, you get best on best. Most of the time, the pitching is going to win. And with the late movement here, man, this is nastiness from Ryan Lynch. Right into the living room. 4th strikeout of the day, but more importantly, big 2nd out of this inning.
Easton Breifogel with 2 down, and Kane at second takes strike 1. Breifogel struck out in the 3rd inning. Ground ball, but right at Vandenberg at second, and Lynch works out of the jam by getting the strikeout and the ground ball, and North Carolina is up by 2 after 4.5.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Ooh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Hello, hello, hello.
Get same-day delivery and text a personal shopper for last-minute additions. Just tap Target.
Got one more, Antoine.
With USPS Ground Advantage, it's like you're with us every step of the way.
Right on time.
Stay in the know from your dock to their door.
Shows you where I'm from.
Bolts back and makes the catch! Somehow hung on. Back-to-back jacks.
More, more, more. Can you believe
It is quite the scene and quite the spectacle. You'll be out there for first time, I think, too, to check things out in Omaha. This is how the bracket shapes up on our side of the bracket. Coastal Carolina, the first team to punch their ticket to Omaha, making their first super regional appearance since 2016, the year they made the run to the national championship. They took 2 down in Auburn. They'll take on the winner of the Chapel Hill Super Regional.
What a story. What a team. And Ryan Lynch right now feeling very good about not only his outing, but where his club is. Halfway home as Carolina tries to punch their ticket back to Omaha.
Carter French to lead things off. Singled his first time up and scored on the Vandenbrink 3-run shot. 67 pitches now thrown by Smith Bailey. We've talked about both freshman starters. Bailey is a guy who can go deep into a game, and if he keeps it right here, you would expect to see him out there in the 90-pitch range. Went for 91 pitches last time out, 88 the time before, 98 and 96 the 2 appearances prior to that. That is off the bag, but it was off the double bag, the green bag, so it is a foul ball.
Slimmest of margins. Gonna see where this one hits.
If it hits the white bag, it's a fair ball, but if it hits the green bag, which is the runner's bag, the safety bag, if you will, it's a foul ball.
Right there, just, oh. You get 1,000 swings, there's no way you could do that again.
Wilson Rayner, the first base umpire, on top of it. There's a strike. 2-2 now to Carter French.
And you bring it to pitch count here for Smith Bailey, right? 71st pitch about to be thrown. Bears repeating about the workload that Casey Hintz had yesterday. 51 pitches in 3 1/3.
You would think for pitchers like Hintz, even Pluto, we talked about Chip Hale about it earlier, you can't count on a lot from them, but maybe a situational moment for them. I mean, think about it. When you were pitching at Vanderbilt, if you pitched on a Friday, right, okay, what would you be doing on a Sunday 2 days later?
Yeah, technically as a starter it would be your side day if you have that day. If you like to throw 2 sides during a week, and traditionally if you're the Friday starter, then Sunday would be your day on the mound.
So that would be a conversation point for our Game 1 starters. Gronkowski for Arizona, Knapp for North Carolina, even though Knapp threw 101 pitches, but we mentioned he's wearing his cleats today, so he's ready to go. There is Jake, Game 1 winner, and it's a leadoff walk for Carter French. He's aboard to start things here in the 5th inning. Game 2 of the NBA Finals tonight, 8 Eastern time on ABC, ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio. The Pacers somehow wiggled out a Game 1 win because they've got Tyrese Halliburton. Pacers led for all of 0.3 of a second in Game 1 because of Tyrese Halliburton. You'll see Game 2 coming up tonight. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown, 7:30 Eastern time.
People saying, what the hally happened there? If you were a Thunder fan, they'll need to get the equalizer tonight before going back to Bankers Life Fieldhouse for Game 3.
A lot of people have seen that before. Most recently, the Knicks in Game 1.
And my Cavaliers, oh gosh. Oh. Couple of daggers in that series.
Kepley singled and scored in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2 today. 1-1.
Kind of back to put an idea out there for people. You mentioned Gronkowski. Only 36 pitches for him on Friday, so theoretically, if you need someone to give you some length, and that's why I brought up Hintz with the 51 pitches, is if he's limited maybe to an inning, maybe a cleanup of an inning, and then another one, You just cannot expect maybe more than one from both Hintz and Pluta today.
1-2 to Kepley.
So logically, Eric, you would think if anyone is stretched out enough like that, and remember that Garrett Hicks also threw 40 pitches yesterday in 2 1/3. So you, 2 leverage relievers, including, just put it in 3, Pluta your closer. So you're gonna, if you have to find multiple outs somewhere else, Gronkowski could certainly be a candidate.
Well, day 1, Hilker pitched an inning in 2/3, didn't give up a hit or run. A couple of strikeouts. Martinez, McKinney, Orloff, McKnight were those pitchers used. We didn't see them yesterday. So there are arms available in the bullpen. Kepley lays off. It's 2-2. But right now the starters getting it done on both sides. The 2 freshmen.
And conversely, if you're Carolina right now, remember Walker McDuffie threw 38 pitches, only getting 2 outs yesterday.
Kepley with a fly ball to left center, and it's Walton who moves over to cut in front of Breifogel. 1 away.
If he had his turn signal on there.
I would not want to get in the way of Aaron Walton tracking a fly ball.
About as good as we've got in the business. 2 just highlight reel catches in game 1. 1 taking away extra bases, 1 taking away a multi-run home run. What a sensation he's been to watch in this Super Regional.
1 out for Jackson Vanderbrake.
Yep, Vanderbrake, the difference in the ball game right now. Laser beam home run. It just had enough to stay up over the left field fence. He's pumped. He should be the 5th 3-run homer by Carolina's offense this weekend.
Go! 1-1. Vanderbrake struck out looking in the first, hit that home run, his 8th of the season in the 3rd, to put North Carolina in front. Winner on to Omaha. One and 2.
That action in that Wildcat bullpen. As you see 49, Julian Tangini, getting ready. He was up yesterday too, did not get in the ball game.
Vanderbrake tried to hold up, could not. Strikeout number 4 for Bailey. 2 down.
And that is a massive 1-2 for Smith Bailey. Just showing some incredible resolve right now. Look at that slider off the top. No way for Vanderbrake to put the e-brake on and hold up that swing. Yet again, the freshman just growing up right before your eyes, showing he can handle the moment and make some serious pressure pitches right now.
Luke Stevenson at the plate with 2 down. Both pitchers, both starters have given their teams, their head coaches, more than enough it feels right now.
Yep, all you can want. Get into the 5th, give me an opportunity to at least have a decision to make instead of, well, I got to go find length to be able to even get us through.
1-1.
Ryan Lynch on your right there. 5 scintillating innings thus far, just the 1 earned run. And Smith Bailey just the 1 swing from Vanderbrake.
Stevenson with a fly ball to the center fielder. Walton is under it. He's got it to retire the side. 2 freshmen have pitched well through 5. It's 3-1 North Carolina here at Chapel Hill.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
There's a kind of magic to making memories. To finding time for the little things and the big things. The new things. And the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest. Of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, Closed on Sunday, open for life.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Maybe it's your drive up that's ready when you are. Just tap Target.
At Planet Fitness, there's a number of ways to get strong, and they all add up to one membership, the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet, Planet Fitness.
Discover the epitome of luxury at Infinity of Omaha. The 2025 Infinity QX80 is where power meets sophistication, with a commanding presence, luxurious interior, and cutting-edge features. Visit us online at infinityofomaha.com today.
Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Well, I was expecting a little Carolina barbecue when we open up the smoker, but we're going burgers and dogs on a Sunday, it looks like.
I am happy to give some per diem to get some of that goodness.
You're happy to give all the per diem for that right now.
And some Bojangles in the stands. Oof, we could have a buffet here in the back in between innings.
Ready for the 6th inning. Brian Lynch back out there for North Carolina. Top of the order for Arizona, Brendan Summerhill to lead off. With that pitch, Lynch has thrown a pitch in the 6th inning, his previous career high 5 innings of work against Oklahoma.
And now, importantly, wheels start to turn here, too. If you're Scott Forbes, getting action beginning in the Carolina bullpen as Aiden Houck, who threw yesterday. 2 1/3 gets moving, 55 pitches for him. But yeah, everything you could have asked for if you're Scott Forbes. Into the 6th inning, very economical on the pitch count front, and more importantly, a 2-run lead.
We mentioned before his 2 starts in the postseason, ACC Tournament Championship, Regional Championship here at Chapel Hill last Monday, 83 pitches, 82 pitches. But you can see we're at that point now. If he gets into a little bit of trouble this inning, it gets extended. You got to have that bullpen ready to go because he could be kissing up against 80 pitches. Summerhill trying to make him work here, fouls it off once again.
And if you want to go with maybe the analytical approach here, not allowing this Arizona lineup, or at least the full contingent of the lineup, to see him a 3rd time through.
And that's a big game starter, by the way. Those are all his career starts.
How about that?
They've been big games.
Well, add this one to the list if he's able to finish off this 6th inning right here.
2-2 to Summerhill. Ground ball to second. Scooped up by Vanderbrink. 1 away.
What a performance. Career high in innings pitched now for Ryan Lynch at 5 1/3. Effectively efficient. The fastball has had incredible life today. The slider has been very crisp. And Scott Forbes woke up this morning and said this is what he would receive. I think he would run, grab it, and take it with him immediately.
Aaron Walton with 1 down. Takes strike 1. Obviously, both head coaches had to keep something in their back pocket yesterday. North Carolina would have loved to have won in 2 games, and it just gives you that extra day of rest before Omaha. But Lynch for North Carolina, Bailey for Arizona, the pitchers, they held in reserve, and the 2 freshmen have been outstanding here today.
And this is coaching 101, right? This is why you get these kids experience.
They squirrel out in front of the mound. Lynch, bare hand, step, throw, low throw. Stokely has been great over at first base, gobbling up everything coming his way. 2 down.
This was a little dicey, and you saw the cue ball spin as Lynch decides to field this one barehanded, and then goes to a little tap of the glove, but Stokely letting out a primal yell there with a great scoop for the 2nd out.
North Carolina defensively, 49 errors on the season, 1 in this Super Regional, 5 total throughout the NCAA tournament. Shift on for Mason White, who takes strike 1.
If you're kind of playing along at home here, and knowing that Carolina has Aiden Houck up. Of course, Walker McDuff, we mentioned 38 pitches yesterday in just 2/3 of an inning. You believe that the idea would be to get it to him in the 9th.
Fly ball to left off the bat of right, heading towards foul ground. Enough room there for Carter French, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Lynch. In the bullpen, just in celebration mode right now for what the freshman has done so far.
Now, he might be a freshman in name, but what a big-time veteran performance is the good doctor. Right to the edge of the wall, loving it with his mates. Yes, sir. Golf clap indeed. Carolina feeling it, up 2 in the 6th.
Sunday night baseball tonight, series finale, rubber game of the series between the Sox and the Yankees in the Bronx, 7 o'clock Eastern time, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio. Of course, the coverage starts at 6 Eastern time with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown. Derek Crochet got the better of Aaron Judge last night. Crochet's been a strong starter for the Sox. Here's a strong start to the inning. A fly ball hit deep to left field, but on the warning track. Enough room there for Breyfogle. Gallagher retired. 1 down here in the 6th.
Tell you what, the late movement here is what saves Smith Bailey. And Gavin Gallagher, as he's swinging, I mean, you're talking about perhaps an inch from the sweet spot on the barrel. And that one keeps this ball in the ballpark. Taking a look at it, watch this. This pitch just kind of stays there. And oof.
Gallagher has not missed much in the NCAA tournament. Came in hitting .643. Here's a line shot past the reach of Caulfield and right. Hard hit by Stokely. He's aboard for a second time today. I would think there'd be a little activity now in that Arizona bullpen as Gallagher didn't miss a home run by much, and Stokely with a hard hit ball against Smith Bailey, who's thrown 87 pitches.
Yeah, you kind of wonder here too from a matchup standpoint, just knowing that in the bottom of this lineup, Madera 1 for 1, Basso for 2, Angelo for 2. So Smith Bailey has handled them thus far, but just from a pitch count standpoint, you're right. You know, upwards of almost 90 pitches right now.
Madera with a walk and a single against Bailey today. Takes strike 1.
They're making a change just to make a change. You kind of have to read where the ball is coming out of Bailey's hands right now, and he still looks pretty strong.
Mentioned it before, his last start was against Cal Poly in the Eugene Regional Final through 91 pitches. Final score of that game was 14-0.
Right.
So not all innings and pitches, as you well know, are considered equal. High pressure with the season on the line here today. Ground ball to first. Splain, and it's off the glove. Stokely taking advantage, heading to third.
Oh my.
A rare mistake by Arizona, and Mason White knows it. Just their 3rd error of the NCAA tournament could be costly.
My goodness. He had the double play in his sights, and he just forgot to catch the ball. Oh boy.
In his defense, a bit of a high throw and still trying to hold on to the base. Obviously, catching the ball is the priority, but you can see the reaction. He knows he should have had it. E6, fielder's choice for Madera.
Well, that's going to bring the Tar Heel faithful to life right there. They can sense it now, too. A massive insurance run over there at third, also sensing it. Pitching coach Kevin Vance, a good visit right here, too, right? Just kind of give your freshman opportunity to collect himself.
Give White a moment, too. Yep. Give the bullpen a moment to get loose, but you can see White, how upset he is, even now, just looking at his, covering up his face a couple of times, trying to get him locked in.
Matthew Martinez getting loose in the Wildcat bullpen. Well, now if you're Mason White, you want nothing more than this ball to be hit at you right here. Give me another chance to try and get my mates out of this one. One of the most important guys on this team, one of the leaders of this group, so crucial to their success in getting here.
11th error of the season for Whites. In the NCAA tournament, Arizona 989 fielding percentage, up from their 978 for the season. They've been good. Another ground ball gets them out of the jam. Perhaps first and third, double play still in play as Tyson Bass takes ball one. Bass grounded into a double play his first time, flied to right in the fourth.
I kind of know where you are in the order. A good pick over here because Madera, if you're Scott Forbes, you want to press the issue, try and take that double play out of contention, could get the runner started.
1-1. North Carolina's runs scored in the third on a 3-run home run by Jackson Vanderbrake. Two and one. Since then, Smith Bailey gave up a single with one out in the fourth, a walk to lead off the fifth, single with one out in the sixth, and what could have been a double play, but instead turned out to be an error in first and third with one out here for the Diamond Heels.
And you're behind in the count, Smith Bailey, and again, I realize you're trying to get the ground ball, but you have got to find a way to throw a strike down in the zone.
He does, gets the ground ball, a chance here for Arizona. 6-4-3, redemption for Mason White and his Arizona teammates as they turn two to retire the side.
Unbelievable job. Smith Bailey growing up before your eyes, and Arizona still alive after 6.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Businesses are the backbone of our communities, and Bank of America is the best bank for small and medium-sized businesses. With over 3,700 dedicated business specialists across the nation, we're on your corner and in your corner. Because when businesses prosper, communities thrive. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, you're so back.
Sights, sounds, action here as we head to the 7th inning and swinging at the first pitch. It's a fly ball off the bat of Guzman charging in is Kepley to grab it. Ryan Lynch back out there, no surprise, and Arizona doing some favors by swinging at the first pitch.
We are 11 pitches away from his career high, Ryan Lynch. Remember, 83 in that start against Clemson, the ACC tournament title game. But, I mean, this is about as efficient as you could have possibly hoped for if you're Scott Forbes and company.
Mikalakis steps in. He's flied out twice. Takes strike one.
And this is the tightrope now you walk if you're Arizona. You're running out of outs here, down to 8 offensive outs. And you're trying to get something going, or at least get the tying run to the plate.
You can see Mikalakis trying just to slow down here a little bit, using every second he can before he has to be ready to hit against Lynch. Fouls that one off, and he's down to the count 0-2. Arizona, we saw that earlier in the Super Regional. They were swinging at first pitches, jumping on Jake Knapp. They got 9 hits against Knapp. So far, Lynch has had 15 at-bats. That just missed. Where he's thrown 3 pitches or less. He's had some quick ABs here against this Arizona lineup.
Don't think for a second, though, that the quick strike ability of this Wildcat offense isn't present.
Couple held by Stevenson, but not getting the call. It's 2-2.
Remember, the man on deck responsible for the lone run. Garen Caulfield, the solo homer that got that first run on the board in the second inning.
Lazy fly ball to French in left. 2 down here in the 7th. As Jensen mentioned, Garen Caulfield delivered the run for Arizona back in the 2nd with 2 down.
And again, breaking ball, and you talk about a line drive home run. It sneaks inside the left field foul pole, and at the moment, yeah, long distance dedication, but also how about a little nanner in the dugout to get you fueled back up.
Caulfield grounded to short his last time. There's strike 1 again from Lynch.
And that's been the key for him today, right? A lot of first pitch strikes, a lot of advantage counts.
Yeah. 0-2 to Caulfield. This North Carolina crowd recognizing what they're seeing. This freshman who's been so impressive this season has found another gear in the postseason. Now in his 3rd start and looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Caulfield ruined a pretty good pitch to stay alive.
18 of the 24 hitters he's faced, first pitch strike. That is a great way to do business in a winner-take-all start.
Another 0-2 from Ryan Lynch.
Scott Forbes would love nothing more than his youngster to finish off what will be a signature start for his young career.
Called strike 3.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Discover the epitome of luxury at Infinity of Omaha. The 2025 Infinity QX80 is where power meets sophistication, with a commanding presence, luxurious interior, and cutting-edge features. Visit us online at infinityofomaha.com today.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot.
As freshmen, you get a little anxious about it, but there was no anxiety, no nervousness for these two pitchers so far today.
I mean, you got to be proud parents on both sides here. Two young men who just grew up right in front of us. In the biggest starts of their young careers, they answer the bell. You know, Ryan Lynch, right now, the winner, and you see Smith Bailey, or at least in line for the win, I should say, Ryan Lynch is, but my goodness, Smith Bailey, take a bow. Not only the present performance, but what the future holds for that young right-hander.
He does leave on the hook. He's done after throwing 6 innings, and Julian Tungini comes on to pitch for Arizona. But Smith got the Wildcats to the 7th inning. Up and in for ball 1 to Sam Angelo.
Tungini going to be a 3-pitch mix here, 4-seam, slider, and curve. Be in that mid-90 range, and the heater as well.
Angelo was 0 for 2 against Smith Bailey, having the count 2-0. So 6 innings for the freshman, who has got a smile on his face.
He should
love to leave with a lead, but you go 6, giving up 5 hits with the season on the line. I mean, he is a freshman, though, so sometimes it's hard to figure out where the shirt sleeves are and the neck hole is and all that kind of stuff, obviously. But, you know, he did everything else well today.
Still learning here.
Hang on. Yeah, there's a fan. There's some wind going. There we go.
Degree of difficulty with the fan.
Thumbs up. Yeah, I have a feeling North Carolina fans are trying to coach him up on that.
No, you've got it on backwards.
3-0 the count. 3-1. I know you touched on it a little bit, but for Smith Bailey, what were the things that stood out to you most about his performance here today?
I just think the poise, right? You give up the 3-run home run. You know that's a huge swing in the ball game. And for him to come right back into the strike zone unabated, I think it's a huge growth moment. You have
2 the count.
You have guys that could then all of a sudden get a bit timid, and that's not what you want. You want to maintain attack, belief in your stuff, repeat the delivery. And Chip Hale and company's got to be so proud of him.
Angelo fights it off. We'll do the 3-2 again.
And now if you're Carolina, okay, you got to go to work here. We know obviously from what Arizona did, the late inning offense yesterday, 2-run lead, not safe by any margin here in college baseball.
But I'll tell you right now, there's no work going on in that Carolina bullpen at the moment. So as our attention turns to the other freshman pitcher as Angelo strikes out, first out here in the 7th. All indications are that young man, Ryan Lynch, will come out for the 8th inning.
He's earned it. I mean, if I'm Scott Forbes, I'm not changing anything. And again, for people that don't realize, okay, yeah, the pitch count is where it is, but it's how he got there. So many ABs, 3 pitches or less. You know, there has not been a lot of those leverage innings of where he's had to really work to retire the side. Like, it's been pretty free and easy for the young kid, just the 2 hits surrendered.
He's retired 8 in a row since that double by Kane with 1 out in the 5th inning. And he has thrown 82 pitches. You mentioned 83 against Clemson, 82 his last start against Oklahoma. So he's right on that number. But again, nothing happening in that Carolina bullpen. Now, I'll assume that they'll probably get going a little bit in the 8th inning. But for now, Lynch is the man. 2-0 the count to Carter French. French singled and scored in the 3rd, walked in the 5th.
Julian Tungini here. Again, just trying to find ways to collect outs, keep your mates alive, try and get some momentum back into that dugout. But the inning double play now all of a sudden looms incredibly large for Arizona's comeback chances here.
will count to Carter French.
Was it the quietest 4 for 5 yesterday for Carter French? You know, I mean, he did lead everyone in the Carolina lineup. But, and again, it bears repeating how critical he's been, stepping into now a full-time starting role and predicated on why Carolina has been successful.
Little squib, that's the third baseman, Mikalakis near shorts, just in time to get French. 2 down here in the 7th for the Tar Heels. Back to the top of the order. Here comes Kane Kepley.
Center fielder, number 27, Kane Kepley.
I like the animals coming in for the Lion King theme, but I saw water being held up, a fan being held up. I think we got a lot of improvisation going on.
We had a baby held up yesterday.
The baby didn't like
part
it.
of it.
No, the baby didn't like it. Of course, no matter what, this is the final game of the season for North Carolina here at the Bosch. The Arizona fans are offering up some pom-poms, trying a little reverse.
A little jinx.
Yeah, a little reverse Simba here, apparently. Kepley, high fly ball to shallow center field. Mason White under it, lost the glasses, but holds on to it to make the catch. 1, 2, 3 inning. We go to the 8th. All eyes on Ryan Lynch as he walks to the mound for Carolina.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
There's a kind of magic to making memories. To finding time for the little things and the big things. The new things. And the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest. Of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
Yeah, one more, Antoine.
With USPS Ground Advantage, it's like you're with us every step of the way.
Right on time.
Stay in the know from your dock to their door.
Capital One rewarding performance. No surprise here. The freshman fireballer, Ryan Lynch. 7 scintillating innings thus far. Plenty of free air conditioning on a muggy day here in Chapel Hill. And wouldn't you know it, he's back out there for the 8th. What a job by the youngster thus far. You see just 3 career starts. And this one, no doubt, his best of the season.
All in the postseason. ACC championship game against Clemson up in Durham. Then in an elimination game against Oklahoma, Chapel Hill regional final on Monday. And on the mound here. So there is activity in the bullpen. Walker McDuffie, who did not have his best stuff yesterday, first man up in the bullpen today for North Carolina.
Had a chance to just ask Scott Forbes, you know, what was your feel about another talented young freshman? And he said he just amped up yesterday, and we could tell by the location, by the velo.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1 and 2 to Andrew Kane, who doubled his last time out. That's the last hit and last base runner against Ryan Lynch.
I think you probably take it hitter to hitter here now. Again, knowing any base runner that reaches, you got the tying run coming to the plate where you are in the order 7, 8, 9. McDuffie at the very least ready for the top of the order.
Ground ball. Stokely can't get this one. It's in the right field. Fielded there by Bass, and Kane has Lynch's number today. He's 2 for 3. against the freshman, and that's the first base runner since that double by Kane in the 5th.
Decision time here. Scott Forbes talking it over.
Well, add this to the calculus. Tommy Splain, who has been a clutch performer for Arizona, has struck out twice today against Lynch as he steps in for a 3rd time. 7-game hit streak on the line.
That's certainly a factor in allowing Lynch to face him yet again.
Ball 1.
Now borderline right there on the corner. It goes Tommy Splain's way.
Doing whatever they can in that Arizona dugout. Down by just 2. Down to their final 6 outs. Tying run at the plate. Splain homered yesterday. Fouls this one off. It's 1-1.
And you almost look at the swing profile too, right? You know, with the way that Lynch is thrown today, as you fatigue a little bit, you get a bit more sink with that arm angle. A little bit lower 3/4. And you get maybe the bowling ball effect there. So Scott Forbes maybe gambling a little bit that if anything does happen here, he could potentially get a ball on the ground.
With every pitch he throws, he adds to his career high for pitches thrown in a game. This will be number 90. 1-2.
You got everything available to you now. If you wanted to go the slider, you could, and just kind of try and walk Tommy Splain off the plate. If you are Splain now, you have got to try and cut off the inside part here. Kind of get up on there, see the ball real deep, and try and shoot it the other way.
Pump of the fist from Luke Stevenson behind the plate. Sets up to receive the 1-2. To second. Booted. Not in time at first. Costly error for Vanderbrake. And North Carolina could have, should have been 2. Instead, 2 on with nobody out here in the 8th.
Whoa. That's exactly what you wanted. If you're North Carolina, you want it hit to your senior. You want it right up the middle to one of the surest-handed guys. But that's why you put the ball in play. Good things can happen, and a break for Arizona.
Stevenson going to take the slow walk out to the mound here to talk with Ryan Lynch. In the Carolina dugout, they'll check with the bullpen to make sure McDuffie is ready.
And this is no picnic either. Coming in this situation, you could potentially go freshman to freshman here for the biggest outs of your season.
It has been a winning formula for this Carolina team in the postseason. Go-ahead run at the plate for Arizona and Easton Breifogel. Now, if you're Arizona, how do you play it here, Jensen, with your number 9 hitter at the plate, 2 on and nobody out?
Well, if you do want to try and bunt him over, that is an option, because then you've got top of the order with Summerhill and Walton ready to go.
It won't be against Lynch. Scott Forbes coming out to make the pitching change. He's going to take his time and let this crowd build up a little noise, come to their feet to salute the freshman who gave North Carolina everything he had.
Well, he rewarded Scott Forbes' faith in him, and listen to the ovation from this Chapel Hill crowd.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Maybe it's you.
Drive up that's ready when you are. Just tap Target.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, you're so back.
Get behind the wheel of your next vehicle from Woodhouse Chevy. Take advantage of special financing and offers happening now. View our inventory online or visit us in store at our 2 dealerships located in Omaha and Missouri Valley. Woodhouse Chevy. Together, let's drive.
To that staff resume today, 7 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 earned run. He is responsible for the 2 men on base as he gives way to his fellow freshman, Walker McDuffie, who struggled yesterday in relief, went 2/3 of an inning through 38 pitches. How could things be better? How do you think yesterday helps him today?
Well, and again, just talking with Scott Forbes today, the fact that he did not have it in multiple innings where it was just in one fell swoop right there, a better chance to be able to bounce back today. Yeah, the adrenaline, you could tell yesterday, was pumping big time. It really affected his command and his release point. Yeah, maybe that is the silver lining here, where you kind of take the edge off a little bit, now go to work and be able to be down in the zone.
So here's Breyfogle. Carolina expecting the bunt. Breyfogle with the early square. Well off the plate from McDuffie for ball 1.
If you're going to be a late inning reliever and you see the 9-hole just offering to give himself up, you must pound the zone.
It's going to be a fair ball. This could be a base hit. It's off of the runner. Collision at first base. Breyfogle is hurt. A run scores. Ball thrown into the infield. We play on, but Breyfogle is still down after the collision at first base. James Reddy, the athletic trainer, out quickly to check on Easton Breyfogle.
Oh boy.
Hear the announcement from the plate umpire Kevin Sweeney. There will be a review here, but most importantly, the attention is on Easton Breyfogle right now, who's turned to his back.
That's a good sign that he is moving a little bit. He was so bang there at first. I'm sure the collision knocked the wind right out of him, because you could see him just go right to the turf. Here's the angle for you. This is a great play at third. Okay, very athletic play from Gallagher. The throw carries Stokely into that running lane, and you can tell almost like a football hit. Just right there, and it knocks Breyfogle off the spot.
Now the key thing to watch there is, and this is a great look at it, there's a foot on the line, but he's got to touch and go for the green base. The batter runner has to go for the green base, and Stokely came over and hit him. It looked like Breyfogle was in the right there and in the right position. That's what they're challenging right now. You heard the umpire announce that Pittsburgh centralized replay review taking a peek, but you can see the throw. Vandenbrink, the one who was covering it first, actually, not Stokely.
Right,
Vandenbrink there, and came up on the chin. So we're looking at the feet as well, but this is a clothesline really from Vandenbrink that takes down Breyfogle, who's up on his feet.
I mean, the timing could not have been more synced when the throw arrives at the base, when Breyfogle is lunging to get contact, as Vandenbrink's glove just goes right into the baseline to receive the throw.
I think Breyfogle's coming out of the game. I saw Chip Hale turn around. You could see the athletic trainer and Hale both talking to Breyfogle, because the hit was up on the chin and the jaw. You wonder, they just want to check for a concussion. I'm just looking at Breyfogle come off, and his teammates coming out.
After replay, the call on the field is confirmed. No running lane interference. North Carolina still has 1 challenge left.
So is North Carolina with the challenge?
It's a worthwhile challenge, right? I mean, because again, that's an out. It's a massive out right there.
So Breyfogle is out of the game. TJ Adams, the sophomore, will come in. A run is in. First and third, nobody out for Arizona here in the 8th inning.
And what did we say yesterday? When you get young kids in this kind of a spot, how reliable can they be? Breyfogle was giving himself up. It was a perfectly placed bunt. Gallagher, an athletic play to try and get to first. Chaos ensues. And now Arizona yet again. The tying run 90 feet away.
So it's scored as a single for Breyfogle and an RBI. Runners at first and third and nobody out. Carolina's lead 1. Top of the order, Summerhill. Ball 1.
Well, and this place has gotten quiet quickly.
Summerhill 0 for 3 against Lynch today.
And here is the strategy, okay? So you've got Gallagher even with the bag. If it's hit right to him, the runner has to be very mindful of a good first break.
2-1.
Walker McDuffie struggled with command yesterday. Couple of hitters in here. He's got to find a way to get down in the zone and get down in a hurry.
2-1. 2-2.
And if you're Summerhill, everything must be elevated in the zone. You are looking for anything possible to get to the outfield to try and cash in a tying run, and Tommy's playing at third base. Job. Summerhill, the junior, it's an 0 for 3 day, but he's been battling. One big knock or one big swing to at least tie this one, if not get TJ Adams into scoring position.
Another 2-2 from McDuffie. Count now full.
Got breaking ball, and then back to a fastball. His action continuing. Aiden Houck getting hot. Remember, he pitched yesterday as well. 2 1/3, 55 pitches of his own.
Summerhill checked his swing on the appeal. They say he did. So the bases are loaded. Nobody out here in the 8th for the Wildcats.
Oh, man. What drama. Freshman Ryan Lynch, the start of his career, handing it to another freshman in Walker McDuffie, and now going up against the veterans at the top of the Arizona lineup.
If you think about it, if North Carolina, they had a double play ball, they turned 2. Lynch is probably still on the mound trying to close out this inning. Instead, look at the situation. 1 run in, bases loaded, nobody out. Aaron Walton, 0 for 3. Down the count, 0-1.
That's a critical first strike for Walker McDuffie's confidence. And now if you're Aaron Walton, again, it does not have to be a big swing here. You're a veteran. You've got a good approach. You've had a great one this weekend. Try and lift this thing somewhere to the outfield.
1-1. We talked about McDuffie and his struggles yesterday, but last week in relieving Lynch on Monday, got the job done in the final 4 innings, punching the ticket to the Super Regionals. Grounded foul. It's now 1-2.
Wow. And then I tell you, Walton probably did McDuffie a favor. That might have been ball 2 right there, but I can appreciate the aggressiveness. Yeah, he knows he's got the tying run 90 feet away.
And North Carolina is willing to give up that run to turn 2 right here. They've got the infield, the shift on, but at depth to try to turn 2. 1-2. to Walton. 2-2.
Now, and if the situation usually holds, whatever you throw 2-2, you're going to want to throw 3-2. So this has got to be the pitch that Walker McDuffie has the most confidence in.
Little squib. Stokely gets it in the air, and everybody retreats to their bases. Good read off the bat by Stokely. Sometimes tough to read that, but he got there. He's played a solid defense at first throughout this super. 1 down.
That is a great pitch from McDuffie right into the kitchen of Aaron Walton. And Stokely nabs that one out of the air for a massive first out.
Forbes coming out to the mound with Mason White stepping to the plate. White, a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, Aiden Houck's the arm there. A little conversation here between Scott Forbes and his freshman hurler.
So to make a change or to make sure McDuffie's got enough here, he'll make the change. Next man up, Aiden Houck for North Carolina with the bases loaded in the 8th.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
There's a kind of magic to making memories. To finding time for the little things and the big things. The new things. And the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest. Of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
Sunshine came softly through my...
What's in your wallets? Drama building here in Chapel Hill. A spot in Omaha on the line. North Carolina with a 3-2 lead, but Arizona with a threat. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Aiden Houck, who pitched yesterday, is on the mound now in a tough spot for the Tar Heels.
Always tough. Doesn't matter if you're a freshman or if you're an upperclassman. These ones always test your mettle. And for Aiden Houck, again, a big right-hander, just trying to find a way to induce some weak contact, potentially an inning double play. But this Arizona lineup continuing to bear down as they have all weekend long. Yesterday, late inning heroics got them the late lead. Remember, with the 4 spot by Carolina that we thought might have put them ahead for good, and then the response. 4 runs by Arizona, giving Tony Pluta the chance to send us to this winner-take-all this afternoon.
Houck was the first man out of the pen yesterday, went 2 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs. They were earned a walk, struck out 6. Facing 14 batters. First batter he faces here, top hitter for this Arizona team, Mason White. Swings at the first pitch, Stevenson with the block. Strike 1.
Again here with the left-handed hitters. Aiden Houck going to bring you a lot of 4-seam, some changeup. You'll see a little slider and curve.
White 0 for 3 against Lynch. Struck out in the first, flied out in the 4th, again in the 6th. 2 for 11 in the Super Regional. Solid shot, base hit. 1 run is in, a second run being waved around. Mason White delivers in the clutch. Arizona in front in the 8th.
Valley's been living dangerously all weekend. Nothing to show until that at bat. The hometown kid makes good, and potentially the biggest hit of the year for the Arizona Wildcats goes to Mason White. Elevated off speed out over the big part of the plate. Fist pump, point to the dugout. Laser beam through. Cash a couple, and the Wildcats' late inning heroics continue.
Here's Adonis Guzman trying to keep the pressure on for Arizona. 3 runs have scored here in the 8th, first and second with 1 out. Guzman was robbed of a hit in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, flied out in the 7th. Could not check his swing. It's 1-1.
Now the wheels start turning if you're Chip Hale. Do you potentially go back to Casey Hintz, Tony Pluta at this point, knowing you'll at least have a 1-run lead heading to the bottom of the 8th?
Ground ball too short. The flip to second for 1 on the 1st, and the double play is turned here. They needed that earlier in the inning. It was costly for North Carolina as Arizona takes advantage of the error, and they take a 1-run lead as we head to the home half of the 8th here in Chapel Hill.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
There's a kind of magic to making memories. To finding time for the little things and the big things. The new things. And the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest. Of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
Down 3-1 in the 8th. Arizona, Mason White, another 2-out RBI. This brought in 2 runs, or that was 1 out actually because of double play, but it felt big. It was big. And White, you could not keep him down for long.
Extra outs, right? Remember, it was the inability to make the catch to potentially start a double play where he had his head in his mitt just a few innings ago. Got the opportunity to get back at it, got a double play, and now potentially the biggest hit of Arizona's season belongs to the Tucson product.
So a change out in the outfield as TJ Adams, who ran for Breyfogle, will go out and take Breyfogle's place in the field. And Casey Hintz comes on to pitch now for Arizona. He helped keep things in check yesterday when Arizona needed some length out of the bullpen, and here he is pitching on back-to-back days.
Well, and not only Casey Hintz a chance to come in and be a hero, but now you're looking to the man at the plate in Vandenbrink. It was the error that allowed Arizona the other opportunity to continue the inning, and now here he stands looking for some retribution.
Nice tribute from the Carolina fans. Loud ovation for Vandenbrink, trying to rally him here. Chance to make up for that error. He takes strike 1. And number 2, Vandenbrink wears the C on the chest. One of the leaders for this North Carolina team. He's had a great career here for the Tar Heels.
has had probably the best eye at the plate of any Carolina hitter this weekend. Opportunity to get this inning started by being the tying run.
Lays off for ball 2.
Now thinking along at home, Casey Hintz, you mentioned it yesterday, 51 pitches, but it was the up down 4 times, 3 1/3. A lot of leverage outs he had to accumulate yesterday.
3-1. The big question for Arizona would be, is Tony Pluta available? After working so hard yesterday, 13 saves on the season for Pluta. But right now, it's Hintz. Vanderbrake. Jensen mentioned the eye. He walks again. Tying run is aboard here in the 8th for North Carolina.
Not only here in the 8th, but is it 8th walk of the weekend? And an offensive timeout here from Scott Forbes.
Forbes will bring up Stevenson. Vanderbrake will jog over, along with first base coach Scott Jackson.
Well, certainly the message here offensively, I would imagine, to Luke Stevenson is, hey, listen, this guy threw 50+ pitches yesterday. You got to make him get in the zone, prove he can be consistent throwing strikes. And if you're Vanderbrake, no matter what, you must have an idea that they want to try and keep you close, be ready for a quick move, maybe trying to steal an out on the pickoff here. But in no way, shape, or form can you be an out on the bases right here.
Jesse Wierzbicki, the hitting coach, came out with a quick message as well to Stevenson, who's 0 for 3 today. 3 for 13 in the Super with a home run and 5 RBI. Take strike 1.
Casey Hintz again with that unique delivery, chance to generate something on the ground here. Mikalakis even with the bag in at 3rd as well.
Pops him up. Shallow left. Remember, new left fielder. Adams a little late to come on, but he finally gets there to get the out.
As I said, Mikalakis was in a little bit, and White was a bit more shaded towards the middle, so potential no man's land right there, and Adams had to get on his horse to come all the way in to get out number 1.
That's tricky. You get thrown out there, your first inning in the field. High sun right now, looking into it, trying to find it, and he made the play.
Welcome to it there.
Welcome to the season on the line, this Super Regional Game 3. Gallagher 0 for 3 today. Take strike 1.
For Carolina, it's the exact man you want up in the right spot. Over 700, the average, 13 big RBI in 7 games this tournament season.
Check on Vanderbrake at first. Gallagher lined to short in the 2nd, popped to short in the 3rd, fly to left in the 6th. 18 for 31 in the NCAA tournaments. 1-1.
Hintz again, it's not going to be overwhelming velocity. It'll be right in those high 80s, low 90s, but it's the movement, particularly that he'll generate with the slider against right-handed hitters.
Checked his swing, 2-1.
Big hole on the right side. Gallagher can see it a long time.
Grounded foul, and the count is 2-2.
Guzman, as we know, behind the plate, excellent arm. Trying to stay out of the double play. Not saying that you get the runner started here. Trying to keep this inning alive and moving forward if you're North Carolina.
Swings at a pitch outside the zone. It gets away from the catcher, Guzman. So the tying run moves up to 2nd as Vanderbrake stands there with 2 down.
Just like the swing maybe kept Guzman from seeing that one in all the way. Take a look at the movement here. That was in the dirt anyway. It's a little short hop. Backhand by Guzman, unsuccessful. And that allows Vandenberg to scamper into second base.
Gallagher can't go to first because first base was occupied at the time with one out. So with two outs now, here is Hunter Stokely. Stokely with a foul ball out of play for strike one.
He has had good swings. He has had a good approach. And this arm angle, and again, if he can keep the ball elevated, should be right to his bat plane.
1-1. Stokely walked in the second, struck out in the fourth, singled, and was left stranded at third in the sixth. That's the theme yesterday as North Carolina left 8 in scoring position. You can see with runners in scoring position, big opportunity here. They came through in the clutch in game one.
And you never want to put the go-ahead run on in this spot, but you do know that Madera on deck, posing less of a power threat than Stokely right here.
3-1 now to Stokely. First base is open, but Stokely is the go-ahead run. So what does the pitcher Hintz do? And what is now a hitter's count?
Anything that has to be down and away, if you're going to get beat, it has to be to the opposite field.
Stokely looks at ball 4, 2 on with 2 out here in the 8th for the Tar Heels.
Almost like an unintentional, intentional walk right there. Not want to give Stokely any way to do damage to the pull side. And if anything, now sets up an out at any base.
Guzman will head to the mound to talk to Hintz as Alex Madera steps to the plate.
Well, this is Casey Hintz's inning. No one currently up right now for Arizona, and you would expect where this inning is that it is his for the taking.
Carolina trying to make it back-to-back trips to Omaha. The last time Arizona went to the College World Series was 2021. That's also the last time they were in a super regional. Facing elimination yesterday, they picked up the win in come from behind fashion. Down 2, they won by 2. They were down 2 today. They lead by 1 in the 8th. Here's Madera. Out of play, strike 1.
Great job getting ahead by Hintz. Now be able to set up the rest of his arsenal. And you look at Madera and the power numbers, just 2 home runs on the season.
1-1. Madera walked in the second, singled in the fourth, grounded into a fielder's choice in the 6th. The 1-1. Ball 2.
Now the poise of being a senior, right? You've been here, you've done that, you understand the moment. Stay within your approach. Mentally have that checklist. Keep it simple and see it a long time.
Ground ball to the second baseman. Caulfield over to first to retire the side. Hintz fired up as he comes off the mound, getting out of a jam, and Arizona has a 1-run lead heading to the 9th.
Well, Casey Hintz, the man of the moment. Arizona, the late inning offense, does it again. Get fired up, big fella. Arizona 3 outs from Omaha.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
There's a kind of magic to making memories. To finding time for the little things and the big things. The new things. And the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest. Of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Drive up that's ready when you are. Just tap Target.
Drama continues to build here at the Bosch. Game 3, the winner on to Omaha, the season over for the loser, and right now into the 9th. It's a 1-run lead for Arizona. They lost game 1 of the Super Regional 18-2, battled back to win game 2 10-8. In the dugout, that's Easton Breifogel. Good to see him back, hanging around his teammates after that collision with Vandenbrink at first base. And this is part of what happened in that 8th inning.
Just chaos ensuing, right? So what could have been a double play, Vandenbrink the senior, a critical error. Now just fundamental baseball, and a collision at first base allows the run to come home. And then Mason White, the Tucson kid, the leader of this club, the biggest hit of Arizona's season, puts them up 4-3. That's where we stand. In North Carolina has not lost consecutive games to a team, to an opponent, all season long.
Rally Bananas in full effect as Houck works to Caulfield with 1 down here in the 9th.
And if you are thinking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, it will be 7, 8, 9, Bass, Angelo, and French. Something we talked about coming into today, availability for Chip Hale's bullpen. Well, guess what? It's Tony Pluta getting ready for the 9th inning for the Arizona Wildcats.
It should be, because 7, 8, 9 has been good in the lineup for North Carolina in this Super. This is well hit to left field. It is back, but at the track. French turns around and makes the catch to retire Caulfield, who homered to left back in the 2nd inning, 2 down. 2 really good swings from Caulfield. One that did exit stage left, and that one right there that had a bit of hair on it. And there you see him. The stopper for Arizona. Heroic effort in every sense of the word yesterday. Career high in pitches, career high in innings. And there were some tense moments throughout that. Ball 1 to Andrew Kane, 2 for 3 today for Arizona. Kane scored that first run in the 8th inning during that collision at first. White brought in 2 with 1 down. High fly ball. Madera, the shortstop, waits for it. Comes down, and that will do it to retire the side. Last chance for North Carolina, heading to the bottom of the 9th, down 1.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Discover confidence, comfort, and class in your new vehicle from Woodhouse Buick. View our inventory and offers in-store or online at WoodhouseBuickGMC.com. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
last year. It was Chapel Thrill, a couple of walk-off wins, regional and super regional round, and then on to Omaha, game 1 against Virginia, a walk-off win. And now North Carolina, 44 comeback wins over the last 2 seasons. Down a run as we head to the bottom half of the 9th inning and stepping onto the hill. Who else for Arizona? It's Tony Pluta, the junior from Illinois, who threw 52 pitches in picking up the win yesterday.
And again, the man that has been nearly automatic at the end of games for Arizona all year long. He may not stand tall, but he did yesterday. 5'9" the height, but he felt 6'5" in so many ways. Just a daunting presence. Again, the arsenal not going to be overwhelming from a velocity standpoint, but that cut fastball, curveball, a lot of late movement, missing the big parts of barrels. And he will be tasked with trying to end North Carolina's season here at the Bosch.
Has given up 10 hits in his last 6 appearances. Correction, 6 hits in 10 innings of work and no runs. 7, 8, 9. Tyson Bass leading off against Pluta here in the 9th. Takes ball 1. For the weekend, North Carolina 7, 8, 9, 11 of 34. But today they are 1 for 8 as they get settled in against Pluta. Bass fouls it off for strike 1. He has grounded into a double play twice today. Flied out to right his other time at the plate.
The onlookers outside, anxious as this 9th inning unfolds.
Two and 1.
And part of the scouting here, as you see them across the way at the Lacrosse Stadium stands, is what would the gas tank look like for Pluta?
If you have a spot in the College World Series on the line and you've got a lead in the 9th and you're Chip Hale, you go to your best man on the back ends. But you have to have that thought, as you just mentioned, 52 pitches. What does he have? How much does he have? 3-1 to Bass. 3-2. Bass disagrees.
In any way, anyhow, if you're Tyson Bass, find a way on as the tying run. And if you're Tony Pluta, continue to go with your bread and butter.
Hit the left center field. Drifting over is the left fielder, Adams. 1 away. Here's Sam Angelo, who has shown plenty of power lately for North Carolina. 4 home runs in the NCAA tournament. Had a total of 2 before the tournament began this year. Ball 1. Angelo struck out in the 3rd, flied out in the 4th, struck out again in the 7th.
Think about the chaos we have had in this tournament. Number 1 national seed Vanderbilt out. Number 2 national seed Texas out.
Angelo rolls it over, right side, bobble by Splain, but he sticks with it, finds Pluta covering 2 down.
Coastal Carolina eliminating number 4 national seed Auburn. And the Arizona Wildcats are 1 out away from eliminating the number 5 national seed North Carolina Tar Heels on their home turf.
Carter French comes to the plate. Number 9 hitter singled and scored in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, grounded out in the 7th. Foul ball off his foot.
After losing 18-2 in game one. The ability to flush that and get right back to it. The Arizona resolve has them an out away from Omaha.
Oh, 0-1 to French. Popped up, foul ground, heading towards the stands, and a couple of rolls in for strike two.
There's the Tucson native, Mason White, with the go-ahead 2 RBI single. It was the freshman, Smith Bailey, with the start of his career, getting deep into the game, holding the line for the late inning magic of the offense for the Wildcats to strike.
The 0-2 pitch to French.
Chip Hale and company knocked out of their own regional, Eric, last year. As it was West Virginia that beat Grand Canyon to move on right here to Chapel Hill to take on the Tar Heels.
Pluta brings the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Bear down, Omaha bound. Arizona is going to the College World Series.
Tucson, stand tall. You're going back to Omaha. What a comeback. You have March Madness in basketball. We've had some mayhem in May. And now the Big 12 tournament champs come in to Chapel Hill and dethrone the number 5 national seed North Carolina Tar Heels, the 19th College World Series appearance for Arizona.
Just amazing contrast of emotions from both sides. Tears on both sides as well. You saw Mason White, who had that costly play, but then he delivered at the plate. And North Carolina, after winning game 1, 18-2, after winning an elimination game against Oklahoma on Monday to get to the Super Regionals, they had the lead late, but 3 runs by the Wildcats in the 8th inning. And Chip Hale and his Arizona Wildcats, they're bringing a trophy back to Tucson, but they have plans to be in Omaha to take on Coastal Carolina later this week. So we fill in the bracket a little bit more. Arizona, they win 2 elimination games to win the series over North Carolina, knocking out the number 5 national seed. Coastal Carolina knocked out the number 4 seed. This wild 2025 postseason continues. Pluta, after the heroic effort yesterday with the 52 pitches, was awarded the Superman toy for his efforts. Does it again, gets the strikeout to end it, and the Wildcats heading back to Omaha for the first time since 2021.
Tucson's own Mason White, the hit that delivered the lead. Euphoric moment. The man who has been so critical to the Wildcats' success. The hugs abound, the celebration ongoing. and celebrate Tucson.
You think back to the performance by the two freshman pitchers. Smith Bailey went 6, did a great job. He was on the hook. Ryan Lynch was unhittable. It was a key error late. Lynch goes 7, could not have given North Carolina any more than that, but Arizona, for the second day in a row, with their backs to the wall, bear down has never been more fitting to what we saw here these last 2 days from the Wildcats, overcoming late deficits twice to win.
For a team last year, Eric, and saw them firsthand in the Tucson Regional. They were the 1 seed, Dallas Baptist the 2, West Virginia the 3, and Grand Canyon right in the backyard, who had given them fits all season. They were unable to escape.
North Carolina players were waiting in the dugout for Arizona to wrap up the first part of their celebration and to pay tribute to the Wildcats for their victory in what was a hard-fought, exciting Super Regional here in Chapel Hill.
And it should be mentioned how remarkable Carolina's season was as well.
Mason White is wearing a headset for us right now. Mason, I want to make sure you can hear us.
Yeah,
because,
I got you.
because there's a lot of yelling out there. First of all, just being the hometown kid, what this means to you to be going to Omaha.
Yeah, I grew up doing this. I grew up in the park when this was going on. I was 8 years old when I won the national title, and I bought the winning T-shirt like the second it happened. And then I was about 12 years old when they went back in 16. And now we're going back to play Coastal. It just means the absolute word to me. This is why I committed here. This is why I came here, and I grew up for this moment.
Mason, you know, we all have those highs and lows in games, and today, buddy, you put your head in your hands knowing that the error at second potentially could have been detrimental, but as any great veteran does, the opportunity to come back, you turn the double play, and then, buddy, maybe the biggest hit of your career to put you ahead for good.
Yeah, it happened. Tommy tried to make the best throw he could. The dude did a good job getting inside the line, and I just missed it. It just hit off my glove, and I thought, wow, I got to come back. We got to find... Yeah, I had to find a way to bounce back, and they gave me another opportunity, and, you know, we executed.
Now I know you're the most clutch performer because you just finished your answer, even though you got hit with the water bucket. Great job there, Mason. I know there's a lot of teammates you want to give credit to, but tell me a little something about Tony Pluta, who throws over 50 pitches yesterday and comes out and gets the 9th inning today.
That is the best pitcher in the country. That's it. That's all I have to say. He's absolute nails. He's closed out so many tough games for us. He closed out the Big 12 title game when everything was against us. He just closed this one out. He's going to do it again whenever we need him. He's the absolute best.
Hey, do me a favor. Get your guys all around you right now. You got to tell everybody from coast to coast you're going to Omaha. Let's hear it.
Hey, scream, we're going to Omaha.
We're going to Omaha!
Yeah!
Mason, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
It's not over yet. Enjoy every minute.
Thank you, guys.
I love the emotion. That first answer was great. Just as a kid going to games. And congratulations to Chip Hale going back to Omaha. Jensen, it was a pleasure.
Amen.
This was a great one. Great job by Sean Jackson, Jeff Evers, and Corey Evans, Larry Salbucci, our entire crew here in Chapel Hill. For Jensen Lewis and our crew, Eric Freed saying so long from Chapel Hill, and congratulations to the Arizona Wildcats. We will see you in Omaha.